Hi guys, I'm going to talk about season 3, episode 6 of the Serial podcast. I think this episode really focuses in on the systemic problems of the justice system, specifically in Cleveland and East Cleveland, and how people with roots in the system have to live kind of a vulnerable lifestyle because of those power imbalances. Yeah, I mean, like this entire podcast, I think, was like just hard to listen to, especially because I have loved ones who are police officers. So hearing about all of the major misconduct that happens in different states and different cities is really unfortunate. And yeah, but I think a major takeaway is that we can't just group. I mean, we hear all of these really terrible things like the misconduct and the brutality that these police officers show to the communities that they're patrolling in and work for. But we have to remember that not all police officers are the same. So the bad ones are the bad ones and the good ones are the good ones, and we just have to remember that there is a difference there. Sorry if you can hear the rain in the background, but I love it, so I'm not gonna change it. So I think the entire takeaway that I had from this is that accountability in the Cleveland Justice Center is rare. It just doesn't happen. I mean, you can have misconduct happen that severely hurts people, like permanently injures people, and the chief and the mayor may know about it, but they're not going to do anything to resolve it. And I think that it's just really sad. I wrote here in my notes that, you know, after listening to all of the settlements and all of the lawsuits, that no one is deterred from crime there, because if officers were violating rights of the possible offenders, then those offenders will just seek settlements from the city, and not, you know, like no justice comes from this. It's just kind of this like never-ending loophole that they get stuck in, and it's really sad. Yeah, I think the city blames officers instead of taking accountability. The city just kind of batting eyes at the misconduct and just kind of like turning a blind eye towards it is really unfortunate. I think that Jesse living in Cleveland is just not a good idea anymore, because of the amount of power imbalance that is there concerning the officer that was sent to prison for trying to fight him, which that was bad. That was all around just really horrible and very avoidable. And I'm glad that that man lost his job, but I mean, Jesse now has to live with that fear and that vulnerability that, you know, he can't even go to the grocery store without, you know, seeing these officers who are his friends and who threaten him on a you know, daily basis, like he was saying. Yeah, so I mean, like, I have so much more to talk about. Like Hicks, that detective who punched Arnold Black in the face repeatedly, and then the body cam footage being altered so that that part was cut out, and then later, 4 years, I think it was 4 years later, that they went to trial about it, and Hicks showed up and just kind of admitted to everything, saying that it was like widely accepted over there, is just really sad. And how we see those how we see that major corruption over there is very avoidable, and there definitely needs to be some more discipline for officers who do violate people's rights. And honestly, officers should be afraid to violate people's rights or take people's rights because of the repercussions that could come from it. But it's not the case in Cleveland, so bye.